Hey, welcome to Record Talk.
Whoa.
How's it going, everybody?
Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah. Big day.
Big day.
Big day, everybody.
You know what I was thinking? It's kind of surreal because I feel like on this day, probably for the past 5 years at least, I always did gigs. And I'm so happy to not have to do that tonight because tonight's a shitty night.
It is. Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, do you miss gigging though?
I don't miss gigs, I miss shows.
All right. Big difference for sure.
To me, there is a difference, yeah, because a show is a performance and a gig is in the corner of a bar, getting beer spilled on you.
Well, let me ask you a question that you.
Yeah, see, now you got bad. Now you're cutting out. You're cutting out. That doesn't happen. This is Record Talk. We don't have bad audio. You froze and now I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can you guys hear Brian? No, we're gonna have to do that not while we're live. Oh wait, no, I got you muted. Can I unmute you? I can't unmute you because your mic isn't connected. It says your mic is not. Yep. There it is. All right.
Negative. The pattern's full. Let me ask you a question that you typically ask all of the artists that you interview, and you always talk about stage fright because I know you said you deal with a lot of not just younger students, but you deal with like students that are novices just in the world of music and in
less experienced.
Yeah. So young in the sense that their experience, not so much their age, and stage fright is such a thing. And it seems like Devin Townsend had a great response to that tonight. I think it was Bumblefoot that said it too. I think it was him that said, and correct me if I'm wrong. You should always feel stage fright. That's how you know you're alive. That's how you know you care.
Yeah.
And I would agree with that. I think that it's a feeling of alive. It's a jolt of electricity that you don't want to go away because then you're kind of numb to the experience of appreciating it and being one with it and present with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about it?
I agree. I mean, I'm a shy person in real life, so like something like going to Thanksgiving dinner with family is enough to make me crawl up into my own shell.
So true.
But playing music,
most awkward moments though.
Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Guys, I put freaking pancakes in the pockets of my big puffy jacket because I was too embarrassed to eat pancakes in front of Brian's mom. It was like a mom to me. Known her,
oh,
Jesus,
man. Huge,
yeah,
butter slick marks in your pocket.
I think the worst part is I was like, I'm not hungry, and then all of a sudden we're like driving, and I just pulled a pancake out of my pocket. You're like, what the?
I just see in the corner of my eyes. It's just like, I'm like, what are you eating? What are you eating over there? Like, you eating out of my door? Like, what's happening? Like, I got pancakes. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm full of pancakes.
I digress.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's for me, I don't get nervous as much as you'd think I would based on the circumstance, but definitely when I'm not as prepared, I get nervous. If I don't know the material as well, or there's a particular Elton John song we play that has a very funky chord that I've only played in that song ever, and I always forget it. But I don't remember. I don't remember. I forget it until it's about to happen, and it's like it's the last chord before you start singing "Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer."
Yeah.
So like softly, slowly. So like that softly, slowly part is like it's about to go off, and I'm like blank, clink, clunk, clunk. Here we go. Hold me closer. James has been there. He's seen it happen one time, and it's like I'm looking at him in the crowd. And he's looking at me, and I'm like, he knew it was coming. But no, I think it's important to always feel it, and definitely when it's a bigger situation, it happens. I like Devin's answer a lot today. I thought it was really real.
It was a good, honest answer. Yeah.
But nerves are important, definitely. I mean, it means you care. If you're not nervous, you don't care, and then if you don't care, why the fuck are you doing it?
Right. Exactly. Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we still got to do the role reversal one. We'll do that maybe.
Yeah, I want to do that with you. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to the Christopher Thorne one too.
Yes, sir. We'll talk more about that at the end. That's kicking off the holiday season. It's our Christmas present to each
Woo!
other. Um, I should text him while we're doing this just to be like, hey.
Hello, James and Sam, and anybody else watching in the interwebs.
It's James and Sam at this moment, so thank you guys.
Right on, right on. Sam, I hope you listen to this. This is a female-fronted band. I think you would really dig this band. But we're doing "How to Destroy Angels." Their LP, "Welcome Oblivion." They're kind of a supergroup, I guess, in the sense that it's taking members from Nine Inch Nails. So you have Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. You have Rob Sheridan, who's also done a bunch of work with Nine Inch Nails production-wise, and then you have Mary Queen Mandig, I think is how you say him, but Mary Queen.
What was I calling her? What was I calling her last week?
I don't remember. It was a hot mess. I remember that. And she's from West Indian Girl originally. I don't know if she's done other stuff.
Now, is she in fact West Indian?
I honestly don't know what her ethnicity. I just know she sounds amazing.
I don't know if West Indian is a thing. Is that like maybe that's like Guyanese? Is that West Indian?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why that I wasn't into that band West Indian Girl, so I don't know. I don't know what they're about. I couldn't even tell you a single from theirs. But yeah, so tonight we're not going to use the music because we keep getting getting slaps on the wrist.
so anyone who was part of Grimes last week, which I thought was a fantastic episode.
Gone.
Like it's gone. It might still be on YouTube, Facebook, but it is not. You drinking a beer?
No. Seltzer.
It's it's off of Facebook. We got kicked off, unless you're in like some other countries. But whatever. I think it'll be cooler going forward until we can suss out this problem, because it's gonna, like, Brian's still making the playlists. That'll be in the show notes afterwards where we repost them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have in the new year legitimate. The podcast will launch, and this will become something that exists in a strictly audio format. So it's going to be kind of cool to hear us talk about something and then hopefully be inspired to check it out. And I think it takes a special appreciation for music to be able to discuss and inspire people into listening to something without being able to actually show them what it sounds like.
Yeah, and for it's a challenge. It's definitely an obstacle that's before us. It's kind of cool to be able to play you guys little snippets or jump to a minute and 20 seconds of the song. Like, listen to this part. So we'll just do our best describing it as we've done in the past before we started messing around with it and getting in trouble. But I'll continue to always make those playlists on YouTube. I've chosen to do YouTube because I don't know who has Apple Music or whatever. So I figured YouTube is a very neutral platform. I'll always put it on the Record Talk folder, and you guys can always listen to it prior to, during the episode, afterwards, have at it. It'll always be up for that week, and then once I start working on the next album with Rob, it's out of there though. I'm not gonna have a giant folder of millions of songs, but
on the record turd.
Take a big record shit on this album. Here we go. How to Destroy Angels, which they derived their name from the 1984 Coil EP of the same name. Did you know that fun fact?
I didn't. I did.
Oh. Yeah. What did you think about this album? This is your first listen to it.
I had it when it first came out.
Okay.
I listened to it online, and I didn't like it at first.
Mm.
I don't know. Just I think maybe, what year did this come out? You just said it. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. So, which I should have. It came out in 90. Jesus, what am I talking about? 2013. 7 years old.
Dude, I feel like the 90s were like 2 years ago. So
I know it doesn't feel that far away, but it was.
So, like, for me in 2013, that was a weird time for me in terms of how I was going through a lot of fresh coming out of a lot of things in my life and new things starting in my life. So music was just something that I wasn't even really playing it at the time. So it really existed as something to like use in the gym, as something to. So this didn't fit that. I kind of just walked away from a lot of it. Coming back to it now, super immersed, using music now the way it's supposed to, just to make me feel all these emotions. I listen to it throughout my day as I'm just banging out work. And having a greater appreciation, I think, for this electronic-y kind of music now, because that's sort of where I'm pivoting. I really enjoyed it. with one caveat.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because, I mean, what when we go through the notes, almost every song could easily be a Nine Inch Nails song, in my opinion. At least elements of it.
There's elements of it. Some songs are blatantly sound like they they are a Nine Inch Nails song, just with a female element to it. But there's definitely, it's in the vein of Nine Inch Nails for sure. And I think that's gonna, when you have super groups like that. So you look at like Velvet Revolver, there are definitely songs on there like that's a Stone Temple Pilots song that has
right. Like Fall to Pieces is a Guns N' Roses song.
Yeah. So like it's kind of hard to remove those, and I think it takes special chemistry. I think it takes maybe a special artist. It takes a special moment to happen where like those things fall to the wayside and something truly unique does come together. It's hard. It's especially hard when you have an iconic voice or an iconic sound. Like Eddie Vedder doing anything is always going to have a vein of Pearl Jam to it. Why? Iconic voice.
Solo Eddie Vedder is just acoustic Pearl Jam.
Right.
Exactly.
We're missing the band members. We're the band members.
and like, dude, like I'm not upset that it sounds like that. No. I think that's what I want from him. I was just seeing in the comments here, it's Ghost with lyrics. And
yeah.
I get elements of everything from The Fragile to Ghosts to a little bit of Hesitation Marks, a lot of Year Zero, which is kind of, and that's when Atticus came into the fold, like officially, I guess.
Too. I love Year Zero.
But I feel like the Atticus Trent marriage, forget his actual wife in the group. I feel like the Atticus, Russ, and Trent marriage is what this is, that new Nine Inch Nails sort of thing, which is very cool. But
yeah,
there's a couple songs that I could do without, and some of them I like a lot. I've been listening, honestly, because I'm an ass and don't pay attention to the rules. On iTunes, there is the album, which only is, 13 songs?
13 songs, and it's about a little over 65 minutes, I believe.
So on iTunes, it has a lot of that stuff from that EP that came out before it. So it has The Ghost in Between, Parasite, Full Fur-Lined.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to the whole thing. So 19 songs. and I like some of those bonus tracks better than I like songs on this album. So
interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's always interesting to watch because like some of these songs appeared on the EPs and came out to this one. It's cool. You see that with early Mars Volta too, where like that city when they first came out, like, it's almost a little bit different. Very proto before what they became. It's a different taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's jump into it. The track is kind of like an intro. It's only like a little over a minute and a half. The Wake Up.
Yeah, it gets cool 1 minute into it.
Yeah, it's just two lines of lyrics. It's a very static electronic piece. It's got a bit of a dance element to it. It's got great sampling with her voice throughout the whole short song. And you really see throughout the album how these two lines are not mere calls to our attention, but pleas to a bigger picture of what they're trying to talk about, the themes that lie within this. And that's, I think, what makes this album kind of timeless. And it just says, wait a minute, is anybody listening? And she's not just talking about the music. She's talking about, I think, a lot of things. I think she's talking about the content of what they're going to be talking about in this album, but also like what's going on in the world. And you'll see how this is kind of timeless. This is 2013, and I think a lot of these things are poignant today.
Right.
Which is great to write an album like that. Those are great albums where like you could look at it several years later and be like, damn, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, it sets the tone for what's about to come. I almost like that it starts off not being a song with a chorus and a hook and all that stuff, because it differentiates it from, it makes it sound, even though it's, I don't know, like if that was the first thing I heard, I'd say, oh, well, this is that, but it's something different.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, James said, I really enjoyed the whole album, but I'd be curious to have seen Chris, Danny, Trent, and Robin have done something with Mary Queen on vocals, like old Nine Inch Nails with her on lead. It's so funny because when The Fragile came out and they had that one track with the female vocalists on it.
Ooh, what's that? I don't remember that even.
Yeah, and Trent had mentioned about doing something with a female, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Who would that ever be? And like, I feel like they have their voice together works really well. I wish that How to Destroy Angels would do more. I wish that either Trent would do more with her, whether it is How to Destroy Angels or not. I think that ultimately, like, this is a great combo. I like the versatility of her voice. It's really cool, and you see that with this second one. The second track, Keep It Together, is a great play with the two of them.
Yeah. I my preferred songs. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I like, for different reasons, the stuff when they're together and the stuff where it's just her. This next song, "Keep It Together," to me sounded very Year Zero ish.
Yeah, but it kind of takes the abrasiveness and the haunting qualities of Year Zero and has an ethereal sound to it with her voice, which creates this really nice balance between that disintegrated sounding track. So that static paired with the soft fall of the snare hits, it almost feels like the stick is just hitting the snare and just collapsing on itself. And then just that beautiful interplay of how soft and even her voice is compared to all this kind of chaotic but soft noise in the background. It's just a beautiful interplay with the lyrics and the band's decision to have these multiple tracks of her saying, I can't keep it together in different ways and times, further reinforcing the idea that she can't, in fact, keep it together. I can't keep it together. I can't keep this all together. It's just falling apart.
Yeah.
This reminded me, James, of Bjork, too, because the song seems to be kind of a hint toward this idea of like this human-machine fusion, which reminded me of Bjork and, oh, damn it, what's the name of the track? I'm blowing it. Ah! Oh, with the machines in the video.
Oh, damn it.
Ferg. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, you want to know something about Bjork totally unrelated to anything?
Yeah.
So in music, in music, there's something called "All Is Full of Love." That's a song.
There it is.
Yeah. I could see like the single and the artwork in my mind. I see that. Yeah. Anyway, so in music, there's something called modes, and modes are just like, it's hard to explain. Think of it as like moods. So like they're variations off of the major scale. Some have a major sound, some have a minor sound, but there's one in particular called Locrian, which is like half diminished, and it's really like unapproachable, and it's just not something that you're going to find in pop music often. It's more like avant-garde or like gent or jazz or weird. But dude. Army of Me is Locrian.
No
and that's crazy because when you think about it, think how uneasy it makes you feel. James,
yeah,
right? That's such a brilliant use of something that is not accessible at all.
At all.
Yeah, I just
oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'll give you other examples off air. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Anywho,
are you drinking out of a mason jar?
Yeah, it's water.
I grew up on a farm.
It normally has celery juice in it, but what are you gonna do?
Right on. Do you have a little juicer machine there?
That's at home.
Cool. Make your little juice before you go to work?
We make large batches of juice, but yes.
Oh, whoa.
Yes. Because obviously I'm a complete ass, and if I'm going to make juice, I'm not going to buy the small one. I have to buy the one that's, the stainless steel, freaking industrial. Yeah.
And the sky began to scream.
Now this one, when Trent comes in, I thought that just changed it. Trent adds so much when he starts.
Oh my God, I love how he sings that. It's technically a verse or an outro, but it plays like a chorus. That particular piece stays with you the way a hooky chorus will, which is kind of amazing considering, like, if you haven't caught on to it thus far with the album, wave goodbye to the verse, chorus, verse recipe.
Right.
Man, like they're just going to do their own thing, play it out. It bleeds perfectly from the previous track into this one. It's a distorted intro, electronic computer burps, and then this incessant hum that's kind of like scratching at your ear.
Yeah.
I like how it momentarily calms down a minute and a half in and then just snaps right back in like a dizzying machine. I love this track.
Yeah. Very cool. This is a cool, like, as a whole, as a complete work, I feel like this album is like, you could just listen to it while you're doing something. Like it's never to the point where it's super abrasive or super hooky. It's just there in a beautiful way. That's not a negative at all.
No, yeah. That's a great point. I like working to this one. I was doing stuff in the garage. I like doing a lot of art stuff to this. There are some hooky songs that are catchy, but for the most part, yeah, this is a great atmospheric, moody. And Trent, the second verse, I will erase, tear it down, deface to the ground, and build another one. That sounds very much like it came from a Nails album, you know? It's cool. And the way he sings it is just, it's great.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, Welcome to Oblivion. So this is a title track?
Welcome Oblivion, yeah. So
I added words.
welcome to the Oblivion. Mates. Yeah, fourth track. I like this is I get what you're saying. It does sound very much like a Nails album. What I think is cool is you really get to see the different voices that she used in it. Because this one she screams a little more over the noisy, abrasive track that this is. And it's, she's screaming, "Can you hear me?" as a sort of warning, an update to this impending trauma that's upon us, this destructive feel to it. It's cool.
So if you had to pick a Nine Inch Nails song that this one reminds you of, what would it be?
See, this is where it'd be great to play the song because I gotta,
Well, throw it on real fast. I mean, just a reference for yourself there.
All right, let's see.
Because right away, like, this was one that I was like, oh, this could be like the second cousin of something in particular.
Yeah, let's see. Where is it? Where's the folder, damn it? Record Talk. Oops, no, that's not Record Talk. That's Recipes.
Super moody and harsh. Good descriptors.
Yeah. This definitely has a feel to Year Zero, though. Even lyrical content. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hard to pick, man. I mean, it has a lot of.
So I got Line Begins to Blur meets the Wretched.
Oh, yeah, definitely the Wretched. I could see the Line Begins to Blur.
Line Begins to Blur in like the ominous, like something's happening.
Yeah.
Dude, remember when we were outside and we heard the sound check in a Hammerstein and that song was playing? Yeah, I love that song.
So good. That was an amazing show.
It was a magical experience.
Yeah, I agree with you with the Wretched. It definitely has. Yeah, the more I listen to that.
Yeah, my notes said the Wretched meets Year Zero meets the Fragile as a whole.
Yeah.
Those vibes.
Yeah, those three things had a child. Yeah, the lyrics are cool too because they seem to be alluding to like the disastrous consequences of like climate change. That thing that's not real.
It's fake.
The inevitable ramifications that it has both on the habitability of our home and also it
fake
seems
news.
to be kind of talking about like how the panicked individuals who operate upon this world, because it starts talking about like violence, and I don't think she's just talking about the violence of the environment upon these changes, but in the atmosphere, but also like what's going to happen when the world does kind of change so drastically. You're going to have some people that can't keep their heads screwed on properly, And she says, "I don't know if you can hear me over this. I don't know if you can hear the sound. I don't know if you're aware of what's happening. I don't know if you should stick around." What happened? Petition to change the name of Record Talk to Nine Inch Nails Appreciation Hour. for this episode for sure, right?
Nails Talk.
Nails Talk.
We're working on a new segment here.
All nails. Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. There's this part here. So this is all the flashing lights take over, all the pretty little dots make tracks, leading you to the place of deliverance, and never look at what's behind the fear. I see there. I think she's definitely talking about violence. It's showing about the flashing lights of like emergency vehicles, pretty little dots. Is it the splatter of blood? Yeah, I don't know. There's many ways to kind of read that. It's a great song, but yeah, I agree with you. That's a great one. The Wretched. Perfect. What are you typing away over there?
Work while I'm at work,
Oh, man.
The work never stops.
The work never stops. I don't want to work.
All right, so now we get to something. Where are you? Come on now. Okay.
Ice Age.
This one is the first one that, to me, feels like it's not a Nine Inch Nails song.
Oh,
This is something very new. Maybe it could have been something like on Ghosts, but I don't know. Like her voice is beautiful in this song.
yeah. So in a Reddit, Trent Reznor provided the following answer to somebody. So he said, "We were experimenting around with the juxtaposition of something familiar and almost folky sounding, sitting in a very cold and sterile environment. Mara Queen had this melody that would have been happy living in a Fleetwood Mac record, and we created this plucky accompaniment that sounded acoustic but was anything but. Then we put all that in the freezer, and that definitely is the case. It definitely sounds like something. Yeah, it sounds like something that's more in tune with folk, like Fleetwood Mac. It doesn't sound nails. It sounds like its own thing. I love this track. It's probably one of my favorite tracks on here.
Yeah. This is my second favorite song as a whole. One that I didn't catch my attention when I first listened to it, so this was new to me this week.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I'll get to it when we get to the one that really hit me. But my notes were plucky, happy, pretty vocals. Like it's just it's a different animal, and it's really cool. And I like that story. That was really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's cool. Like they make great videos. I mean, you wouldn't expect anything less of Trent. Like what was that other one where it's like them on fire and they're after their wedding, like they murdered each other and they're on fire. You see that video?
No, I don't know any of the stuff from this. Yeah.
This has a video of them just playing live. The bunch of them. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, they have some pretty cool visual, which makes sense. I mean, they're such a visual band when you go see them live too. They do some pretty like that show you sent me is awesome.
Yeah.
Games.
We're all the same person, so it doesn't.
Was my favorite overall on this one. I just thought it was beautiful from start to finish and really unique. It really was. It's cool how it begins with like these. It sounds like Tibetan bowls, like Tibetan singing bowls.
Yeah. Or one of those. What do you call it with the metal prongs? And you tap it. You like pluck them with your fingers. What's that called? They're like it's like a wooden block. And
it's different. Finger piano thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, like, it sounds like a Tibetan bowl at the very beginning. It's like this harmonic hum. It's cool. Again, the composition is amazing too because there's this ear-scratching feedback that's very light and kind of builds throughout and calms down. And it sounds very much like ice rapidly freezing over on an object. And it's haunting. It's haunting, and it accompanies this really well.
Yeah, fantastic song.
Yeah.
Okay, we got On the Wing.
Yeah.
So this one is the only, again, year zero throughout the whole record. But this one I felt, because it's a little more dancey, which maybe isn't the right word, but that gave me that hesitation marks kind of thing, where like what was coming after this.
Yeah, this I definitely feel hesitation. But goddamn, if their two voices don't work so perfectly together. Mm-hmm. Not every time you can have a duet with two people and you're like, this works so well. So well. Sometimes you get people that like you would never expect, like doing a duet with Lemmy from Motorhead is gonna be a tough one, right? Like he's a very abrasive, gnarly voice. It's gonna be hard, so it's not always gonna work. This works really well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Something else on that one? I actually have notes today.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's this cool duet, and the lyrics of this are awesome. Like very poetic. It's this couple that seems to be, they're singing together. They seem to be writing this together and yet operate in isolation from all of it. It seems like they're kind of talking about having this fire within them to want to like expand upon change and want to kind of like begin this kind of revolutionary act, whether it be with themselves, the world, but yet are just content with not doing it. Kept inside, afraid to rise, foolish prize, we wait. I hear the voices rising and sing, but I don't believe in anything. So as much as things change outside my window, still don't believe. So it's a great song of indifference. It's really beautiful lyrics. And the way they sing the chorus is gorgeous. Trent and her, it's just gorgeous. It's fun to hear him sing so nicely.
Yes. And that was something about this overall. Like it's different for him.
Yeah. And that's cool that they, he put himself in somewhere, if you listen to West Indian Girl, I've only, quickly listened to a couple things. It sounds nothing like this. So I think this is different for a lot of them. Maybe Atticus creating this type of soundscape, but I'm sure there was elements of it that definitely did.
You know what this one reminds me of too? I'm listening to it in my ears just to make sure I'm talking about the right thing. in the vocal melody, I hear ever so slightly, and it's not. It's just maybe trying to find people and people, a similar thread in my mind, something to latch onto. I hear it's gonna be a bright, 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 bright. I can see clearly now. The
Oh,
rain
Jimmy
is
Cliff,
gone.
right?
Yeah.
Jimmy Cliff.
I don't know who does it. I've played it 1,000 times. I don't know who I play it. But I hear that I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. That melody in that song, I
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
nice. I
Right.
on that. Yeah.
But that's just again like
That
that's
song.
me too. But I think that's why I heard it. It's certainly not there. It's not like
No, but
the
it had
Coldplay that was the Satriani song. Like it's not that. But
right.
it's just that's cool.
You ever do that? You ever be like doing the dishes or in the shower and you're like singing a song and the next second like it just melds right into a completely different song of a different genre, completely different artist. You're like, how the fuck did I get here? And you're like, wow, are those like is the chord progression similar? Like and then you go back and dissect that song, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of these mashups probably happen. You know, some of these cool mashups like Redneck and Kesha doing like
that's I love the aspect of taking stuff apart, dissecting it. So I definitely what you just said. I spend a lot of time doing.
Yeah.
Oh Christ! What's next here?
Hey O'Brien, but I'm often confused.
Oh my god. So quick.
Gotta be quick, man. Too late, all gone. This, what's cool about this album too is they have some short songs, but they go for it. Like it's almost like Pink Floyd in that way. Where like they don't hesitate from having like a 6-minute song or a 7-minute song, and then having just a minute and a half is all I need. I like that, Yeah. It's a funky electronic little piece here. Too late, all gone. Perfect drum fills and throughout the whole song. But this to me, this is the song. I don't know if you wrote this in your notes. Sounds like it wound up on a Nine Inch Nails studio cutting floor. Like
This is
a B-side, something that never made it to an album. Like this is a Nine Inch Nails song with a different vocalist.
Yeah, Year Zero with Teeth. I hear like it's right in that era.
Yep.
Yeah. But and that's okay. Like
it's totally.
He's a prolific guy, and like especially with that, like I think in Atticus he found his other half. Someone that he was willing to immediately say, which with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I thought it was really cool that he allowed the band to be inducted with him. Like everyone that's playing in the band now, like is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I think it was that bond with Atticus that opened him up to, oh, we are a band to a certain degree.
Right. Because in those later tours, you saw him like start to like be a different performer in the sense that like he introduced the band. He never did that. Like it was Nine Inch Nails with Trent Reznor, and these are the hired hands. And I'm sure they had kinship and all that, but like then he started. He's like, "This is Alejandro." And it's like, "Whoa, what's happening here? He introduced the band. What happened?" Right. It's cool. This is a cool song. It seems to draw influence from Jean-Baptiste Alphonse, the French journalist. The more things change, the more you continue to be the same type of deal, which is cool. It seems like I like this album, this song, because Too Late, All Gone. It seems like they're talking about like, now I just give myself back. What happened?
What? I hear you.
No, I hear myself.
Oh, because the headphones are. Sorry.
What?
I was untangling this knot.
Ah!
The headphones were picking up the microphone.
I had it. All right.
Sorry.
It seems like we're on the cusp, as I'm sure like many nations are. It's not an American thing. I'm sure this happens across the world. And where you're changing over an administration or like some sort of body of government, and it may bring about change, but isn't it always the same story time and time again where it's just like, it may not be as worse as it was, but it's going to be the same shit. There's going to be the same overriding theme of issues that seem to never just really get resolved. And I feel like that song is talking about that. We're like, all right, we've changed the facade. This looks better. It's not as abrasive, but like, are you really going to work hard to like scrub and scour this horse shit and get down to the bare bones and be like, all right, now let's fix the structure? Or are we just putting fucking nail polish on concrete? It's like, it's going to look like shit.
Right.
So I like that song for its statement. It seems to be making that, and I think drawing that kind of influence from Jean-Baptiste, I think is well done.
I like this song.
Yeah, I do too. What did James say here? Chris Cornell playing U2's One with Metallica, One lyrics. I've not heard that. Is that a mashup somewhere? Gotta admit, not a U2 fan, I know.
Yeah, I don't get it. I want to get it. Same thing with like Springsteen. I don't get that either.
I know, yeah.
I didn't get the Grateful Dead for a long time, and now I kind of get it. But yeah, these other things, you almost feel like you're missing out on something.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I'm gonna go revisit Springsteen. I've heard of a couple albums that like are pinnacle and certain people that I respect. So I'm like, I'm gonna go back and check it out. Maybe it's just the headspace I was in. Maybe it just wasn't mature enough. I don't know, but I feel like I'm missing something. I'm definitely Grateful Dead.
I'm gonna make a Grateful Dead playlist. I'll hook you.
Yeah, please do. I've tried it a couple times. I think that people have given me albums to listen to, and it didn't work. It's not like something like Led Zeppelin you could jump in.
You got to listen to from the 70, 73 maybe. There's a European tour, and there's a China Cat Sunflower into I Know Your Rider, and that'll do it for you.
Okay, cool.
I do promise.
All right. Well, all right. You with the Doors. Come on, that mix is pretty good.
It was good. It was good. It made it was like a shit that you didn't have to wipe your ass afterwards.
Did you see Jeremy chose the Doors?
Where? Who's Jeremy?
Jeremy pulled up some sort of poll online, asked me a question. Somebody was asking Doors or so-and-so. He's like, Doors all the way.
Yeah. But I think he picked Biggie over Tupac, so.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
No, it's not.
I love Biggie. Don't get me wrong. But I choose Tupac every time. That's just me, though.
That's why.
That he did. He found the chords for one song, the lyrics for the other, and didn't realize they were the same thing. Oh, that's funny. Huh. Oops, sorry about that.
That's why you fat mother.
Yeah, I just did.
Funny.
No, funny. Grateful Dead. No. Oh, Sam doesn't like the Grateful Dead.
Oh, she hates it, and she hates that I like it too. She hates it.
Hate someone for liking it. You can not like it yourself, but you can't hate someone for liking it.
I have a T-shirt, and she's like, "You don't like them," and I'm like, "Well, I saw them live, so I mean."
With Jerry?
No. With John Mayer.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I mean, I drove all the way to Nassau Coliseum by myself.
Ugh.
Anyway, okay, How Long? Now, How Long? That's the next song, right?
Yeah, How Long?
So How Long to me was, I literally, when I started this Rob School of Music journey, I built my own website, and I spent 20 hours learning how to use WordPress and code and build a website. And the entire time I was doing that, 20 hours worth of work logged over the course of 2 10-hour sessions. That's the only song I listened to.
Really?
Yeah. And it just gave me such laser focus, like literally, not exaggerating, the same song over and over and over. And it will always be special to me because it was, I mean, think of even their favorite song. You couldn't do that with it. But it was just so good, but so not like too much that it just bang, bang, bang over and over and over.
Well, I think that's really interesting, man. Wow. And I think for me, because, it's an epic electronic sentimental ballad feel to it. And I think that's different. How many electronic ballads do you know? Like, different metal and rock bands that have these epic kind of ballads, there's not a lot of electronic sentimental ballads. And that's what How Long is. And I think that's what makes it very, very unique. And it's very catchy, so it could definitely be, I think this is the one single that they put out with this, although I would think that Ice Age could have easily been a single.
How Long was the first single? I don't know if there was one afterwards, but this was definitely.
How Long was the only single. They released 3 videos. They did an Ice Age video, How Long video, and then Keep It Together, which mostly was just them playing footage type of deal.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic song. And again, that, like Ice Age, as well as the song after this, I believe are the most unique sounding music on this album.
Yeah. And what defines us? It's the little things that slip away. And the way she sings this, it's the little things that slip away. How long?
Yeah.
It's just like, it just hits you in the chest. You're like, I wasn't ready for that.
Right? Like James wrote in there, he's like, catches you off guard. Because it's just this, like, if you were like to think of like the wave file of the vocal, it's like this, and then it's just a shark, man. It just bites your face off.
You're popping out. We're gonna need
to Yeah, killer song. Like if anything, like if you were to walk away from tonight, if you stumble upon this later on, if anyone watches this, like you got to know that song. That's a song that I believe everyone should know of.
How Long, I would check out How Long, Ice Age, and then I would put On the Wing. I would throw that on there.
Yeah.
I feel like those three, I think, will give you a good taste of where this is going. And then if you don't want to check out the rest of the album, you may want to check your pulse. I don't know.
I feel like coming into the next one here, where are we?
Strings and Attractors.
I feel like this also felt like something different. Let me just double check my notes with my ears.
My ears, my ears. Let me see. Nobody does football. Brr. Let's see.
Oh, that's a lie. It still sounds like it could be a Nine Inch Nails song until about the halfway point where it kind of opens up and she sings.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a lie. I'm lying entirely. This sounds like a song on. This sounds like. Oh, geez, what is that song on? It's on. It's on With Teeth. Or maybe it's on Year Zero. Maybe. Oh, damn it. Stand by.
I think that's Year Zero you're thinking of.
It's toward. Let's see. It's another version of the truth. Nope.
Nope.
Damn it. There's a song where he's like, da, da, da. It's the same melody almost.
You did. I think what makes the difference is just shows you another way that she's able to sing. Like the styles change, which is fitting for this music. Because, although it can have similarities to Nails or there is kind of an overall electronic vibe to this, her voice carries differently throughout. And she offers different styles of singing, the way she segments her words and truncates words, the screaming versus that ethereal singing. I mean, Sam, what did you think about this album? Did you listen to this at all? Or did you not do your homework and listen to a female-fronted band?
She didn't do her homework. She was too busy being on the radio.
Oh, excuses.
So crazy.
That is pretty awesome.
It was, well, she connected with the guy, and he said he would play it, but we waited and waited, and there was like only time for one more song. And we're like, I hope he plays it as the last one. And he played it, and he had the lead into it with the talking. It was just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Very, very one of the many things to be thankful for. But we'll get to our thankful things at the end. But yeah, I mean that's a good song, Strings and Attractors. It's just it feels like very much like a Nine Inch Nails song that I can't place right now.
Yeah, I can't place it either. I probably should look for something else. Sometimes I get very pigeonholed in this building up to this episode. Sometimes I listen to this album. I don't kind of dive around. Sometimes I do. I was listening to Blind Melon lately.
Wait.
Polar opposite.
Hold on. It's coming. Taking my headphones off.
It's coming, everybody. How Long is so good. Totally catches you off guard.
Throw away. Could have been. What the hell song is that?
It's off the fret, or is it all that
happiness and
all that
loneliness and all that? Sounds like that song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and all that could have been. That's from the Still, right?
Still.
Yeah. That's what that sounds like to me.
I love that song. That song is
right.
That one catches you off guard. I was cleaning one day and that came on and shuffle, and I was like, whoa!
Yeah.
Oh.
And honestly,
repeat that over and over again. That's another one.
That's another one. Yeah, dude. I would study for tests to that song.
Yeah,
because it's just.
God, now I gotta listen to that friggin' album. Damn it! All right.
But you know what? If Trent wanted to plagiarize Trent, that's a good way to plagiarize yourself, because that, back in the day, kids, you had to buy the live album to get that bonus EP that had the stripped out versions and that new song on there.
Yeah.
That's a great song. Ooh, chills.
Yeah. That is worth the price of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not to say there's not a lot of great stuff on there. There is. But that was the word that I would pay that money for just that track. That's how good it is.
It really is Nails talking.
All right, moving on.
All right, so We Fade Away and Recursive Self-Improvement.
Yeah, so We Fade Away is Eraser.
Yeah.
It's in the vein of Eraser, right? I mean, it's very poetic the way Eraser is. It's got this outwardly haunting horn like howl to it. It's to me it was very. It's like the sister to Eraser.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, it wasn't Eraser. Therefore, it was
Right.
like, close but no cigar in a way.
I like it though because I love how they recorded the line. Am I just talking to myself in this muted and muffled way? Which is that attention to detail and the composition throughout the album. You see that in different ways. Like their lyrics match the way that he records it. Like he's done it. Like make it stop. Like that attention to detail. I love that crap. I love subversive things. I love like just those little minute changes that make it all the worthwhile, especially if you're in headphones or you're just zoning out to this. So I do like the song. It's a long one too. It's almost 7 minutes long.
You know what though? In listening to this week, I'm looking at it. I can see the track lengths on the iTunes, but none of them ever felt too long. Like everything just felt right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, recursive self-improvement. Well, I mean, the title states it's repetitive. It's just this is how it all begins. Everything is coming together.
That's my least favorite one, I would imagine, on the whole thing.
I think these last 3 tracks, if you're listening to if you're listening to it like you're doing, like, all right, I'm getting ready for this show, this episode to really talk about or to dissect it. I could see that, but like, it's great atmosphere music. This is great when I'm working on something. Like, I think this album wouldn't be the same without these last 3 though. It's like a Ghost album. If you take out certain chunks of them, if you listen in isolation, like I don't know, but if you take it out of the chunk of the whole, it's not going to play the same. It's not going to have the same heartbeat. And that's the way I feel about these 3 songs. Although they don't maybe have as much of a foot stomp as the other songs. Without them, though, you have an album that's missing a foot.
Yes.
It staggers off into the sunset, sadly. Where's my peg leg?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. What do you think of this next one here?
The loop closes?
Yeah.
I like the artistry of the fact that it's just another 2-line lyric. Like, this is all I have to say. The beginning is the end, and it keeps coming around again. It feels very much like, off the Fragile.
But you know what? Like, this one, I got some hesitation marks, like disco dancey kind of vibes to it. But
musically, hesitation marks. Lyrically, the Fragile.
But like these 2, I don't know, like maybe I'm just an ass, but sometimes I feel as this album progresses onward that these songs that have such sparse lyrics, it's almost like they pulled it from the ghost bin of instrumentals that Trent and Atticus seem to make, like You and I Exhale. And then like they'll just slap a couple lyrics on top of it and call it a song. You
know what? I think this kind of goes to what we were talking about. Maybe, but I think more like what we talk about. Oh, when we talked about User Illusions 1 and 2, where like just really poor placement of the song. Where like, why did you put these 2 that close together? They should have been on separate albums or more at the top and the end. Like, figure out how to mix this better. I feel like these 3 could have been placed somewhere else. With the exception of Hallowed Ground, perfectly. That's the way this album should end, is with that 7-minute song. But the loop closes in recursive self-improvement. I would venture to guess you could have produced this album in such a way that could have been placed somewhere differently. And it would have worked a little better. Because to have it end like this, it's almost like the Slip. Slip is very strong, and then it becomes almost like Ghosts. Like a lot of instrumentals at the end. If it was kind of mixed around, Rubik's Cube, that's a little bit different.
Honestly, the loop closes. My note said the Slip meets hesitation marks. This is the only one that felt like.
Yeah.
And then Hallowed Ground. I had a Fragile vibe to this song.
Yeah, but it's got a beautiful piano part. This is where you get a nice, clean piano part in this. This is the first time in this album you get like a really elongated, nice, long piano part, and that's pretty cool.
Let me see if this is the one too. I'm sorry.
A lot of people don't realize that. Like Trent really is a well-versed piano player. Like, I don't know if he's classically trained, but
I think he may have been classically trained.
Right? Okay. God damn, can he play the piano well? Click, click, click. Clickety.
You hear that?
Oh yeah.
Click. You hear the clicking?
Oh, clicking. Clickety clack. Click.
No, you can't hear that. It's on a fancy trackpad, so I don't know how you do that.
Oh.
You know what? I like the piano in this song too, and that's really a good catch there because a lot of the Nine Inch Nails piano parts are like the dissonant Trent notes, where he just like plays stuff that just seems like he's just pecking away, whereas this feels a little bit more conscious.
Right, except for that on the Fragile, you really get him. Oh, damn it.
Oh no, he can play. I'm not demeaning
Yeah.
him, but
Oh yeah, where you get more of like, damn, wow, you
Right.
really can play. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great album. I love revisiting this. I love just vibing out to it. I gotta be honest, like I have 3 kids. My oldest one, he didn't dig it, and he likes a lot of female vocalists. Like he just loves he's like, yeah, no, I don't dig this as much. But yet my younger 2 love it. My 3-year-old loves this album. It's insane. I just love it.
Awesome. It's so cool.
Weird. So weird. As soon as I put on the first track, he's in it. Like he'll run from another room. He's like, oh, all right. Oh, yeah, all right. I'm like, what the it's weird, bro. So yeah, it was cool listening to this.
I really believe that this has been a month. And again, just if you guys are on streaming, I don't know how Spotify is, but on Apple, you get another 5 tracks, 1, 2, 3, 6 tracks.
Yeah, I saw that. I just chose not to listen. I tried to keep razor focused on it. But yeah, the tracks are great to check out. No, you're not an idiot. I just, want to keep our time limit. Yeah, check this album out. This is
Parasite's good.
Yeah,
The
Parasite.
Believers is good.
Mm-hmm. This is a fun month doing female fronted bands, man.
It really was.
There's so many to choose from. I was thinking like Garbage, and there's so many bands.
Oh, my sister. Right. Sorry.
Your sister.
No, I'm trying to orchestrate a giant Zoom call for tomorrow, and it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, guys. In case I don't know when you're going to watch this, but yeah.
Thanks.
So, I mean, thank you, everyone. Just before we start talking about next time, I just want to personally, when the virus hit and the world changed, I tried really hard to pivot within the school to make changes to give, my students something to look forward to. And very quickly, the interviews grew into this with you. And this has been, I don't care if there's 7 people watching or 30 people watching, from Instagram to YouTube, the whole ride. It's just been so much fun to connect over music like we used to. And I'm so obviously grateful to have you as my friend in my life again. But just as a whole of this I think is something so cool. And I really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch it live or later or comment or whatever. It's not lost at all on me. So thank you.
Yeah, I agree, man. This has been fun. It was fun to watch you as your friend, achieve such great things with the school, and then to be thrown such a fast curveball, and then to really run with it and come up with new ideas, and to keep your students and yourself entertained and create this community that is beyond Rob's School of Music. That's been fun, and proud to watch you do that. And then selfishly, I'm really thankful for this, because like I get to, living so far away from you, almost 800 miles away, I miss, I can't just ride over to your house. I can't just pop into your job. I miss, just hanging out in the car or just shooting the shit. And like, I get to do that again. And that's fun, because you get lonely, like not that I'm lonely, but you miss those things. And it's
sure
awesome not being able to do it, and this has been fun. And to know that, other people dig it or feel the same, that's cool. So I mean, you guys commenting is amazing, viewing this is amazing. There's been views afterwards, just blows me away. I'm like, what?
Yeah, all of them get replay views afterwards, which is really cool. It's just people look up the hashtags and Hey, remember that time that I was coming to your house and someone cut me off coming off the thruway onto 59, and I came to your house and told you it happened, and then you came outside and we were trying to chase that person in our car and find them?
No, I don't remember that.
We didn't find them, but it was definitely fun.
Oh, the dumb shit you do.
Yeah.
This has quintessentially been making the most of an unfortunate situation. Agreed, James. We love record talk. Agreed. It's groovy.
So, thank you guys. Next week, something special is going to happen. Man. Now, we have to figure out how we're going to do that. What's everyone's favorite Thanksgiving food and drink? I think James likes to have bourbon in his cup and then bourbon on his plate. Probably.
He's sitting in a bourbon barrel, drinking it all, just taking a bath in a bourbon.
Right.
Just going to dip it in and
His clothing is actually sheets of
Doing in my own bourbon.
It's so much in my brain right now.
Me. Oh my God, green bean casserole. Yeah. That's your favorite, Sam? Is green bean casserole? What is every favorite Thanksgiving food and drink? Oh man, I don't know. I just made a bunch of stuff, so I'm not making a ton tomorrow. We're going rogue, but I made Brussels sprouts and cranberries. I know you guys are vegan, but bacon's in there too.
Had to ruin it. Dude, remember, so, I mean, not to be mushy, but the last time and first time, the first time in some time.
Like the very first. Sorry.
The first time in some time and the last time since then that we got to see each other. Oh, no, I saw you a couple days later, but it was on Thanksgiving last year.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah. OVI, man.
Yeah.
In years. OVI.
Yeah.
Magic. Yeah, we had that for a while. It was dead, man. It was crazy because it was like usually like, after hours the night before Thanksgiving, but definitely after Thanksgiving night when families all dispersed. Like people are usually in Nyack and out in bars, and it was zombie.
Oh my gosh, I was so I had all the Thanksgiving sides, but I put the gravy on it, and I knew that there was turkey.
Oh, I remember that
in the gravy, but like I'm like that's not really eating meat. Like ethically I can justify it, but physiologically apparently not. And we had to make a pit stop at the school, and oh my gosh, and Sam was in the bathroom, and I'm like, let me in, you don't know, like it's coming, there's no, like I'm like looking for like, where can I like go in like a case and like throw the case away? Like it was bad. Oh man. Oh gosh.
You have a lot of those stories.
Oh, we live still? What's going on here? So next week,
yeah, how are we handling this?
So I don't know. So I mean,
that should just be the Record Talk episode. I know it's going to air on.
Yeah, but that's early. What are we going to do at 9:00?
So we do 2, huh?
Well, we don't have to do 2. I mean,
I don't mind. You kidding me?
Well, you want to do the interview at 6 with the guy, and then maybe at 9 we do
Christopher. I'm gonna say Christopher Walken.
A tail.
What a tail? Oh, it's got no tail. Maybe you.
Maybe you. I was reading something that said that Jay Moore was not a good character on SNL, but that in itself was magical.
Yeah, he really wasn't.
But I mean, how could you be so funny in your stand-up and just not carry over? Yeah, so I think maybe we could do the regular thing at
Yeah, you talk to my talking that way again, I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Smacks, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, let's interview Christopher Walken too. Fuck it.
Let me send him an email, see what happens.
Tap dance. No, we're doing Christopher Thorne from Blind Melon, not Christopher Walken from Blind Melon. 2 totally different beasts. Could you imagine that? You ever hear Christopher Walken read The Raven? Could you imagine him doing like Blind Melon songs? It'd be great.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Hey, dude, looking forward to chatting next week. Period. Have an amazing Thanksgiving! Exclamation point. Just see what happens.
Yeah, so we're going to interview him. I'm excited about that. Have you been listening to those 4 new tracks that they put out?
Absolutely.
Not? You son of a bitch. What is wrong with you? I've sent you texts to remind you like months ago you should be listening to that just before we were even doing this.
I'll do it on before next week.
Yeah, I'll do it an hour before the show.
Hey, did you see the movie yet?
No, I'm going to this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, easy, killer. That's a little hard to watch. It's different than listening to some new music. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's rough. It's sad. It's sad. But you know what? Like, if ever you thought that Shannon may have been a little hard to get along with, at least I got that vibe off him. That vibe will be solidified after watching this.
Yeah.
Like he was very self-destructive of his fame and stuff. But it's beautiful. It's great. It's a much and you can buy it now too. You can actually have like a physical version of it. So
right. Yeah. Yeah. It's people forget that, people are quick to just like look at the spectacle that is some of these people, whether you see it with child stars, like you forget, like this is a band. They came from all different parts of the country. They all collectively, unbeknownst to each other, moved out to LA, random meet, get together, start recording some demos, and immediately get signed and catapulted right away into stardom. How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Like that, you're not equipped for that. You're not like that's when people are like, I can't believe these football players or these baseball players. Like, do you know what it's like to go from working two jobs, minimum pay, and then all of a sudden you got $1 million contract on your head, and to have anything and people just tell you yes? You don't know how to calculate that. You don't act like you do. Like,
right.
Try to put yourself in that mind frame. That's got to be so rough, man. Mentally, fuck. That's hard.
Right. Especially if you have demons to begin with. Like it's
absolutely.
Just
yeah. To have nothing and then to have too much.
So that's our show at 6:00 next week, and we'll have to figure out something for 9. Like I definitely don't want to. Yeah, we'll do something.
Not nails. We talked too much about nails today.
Well, what else is? What else is there?
We could do another Doors album.
They have more than one. Ugh.
Oh, the hits keep coming.
I wouldn't mind. Call me crazy, but
crazy.
The 23rd is a Wednesday, so that's like the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Maybe on that one, if we did like the first real big Trans-Siberian Orchestra album.
Ooh.
I mean, there's not a lot of substance there, I guess. I don't know, but
that's tough.
I love that one though.
It is, yeah. It's just, yeah.
We'll figure out stuff. We'll speak over the next ride home.
Oh, James, Mind Crime, Jesus Christ! Yeah. Wow.
There's other songs on there aside from "Eyes of a Stranger."
Oh man, what do we do?
I mean, I'd like to do Verses by Pearl Jam at some point.
Me and you were talking about Perfect Circle today too.
Did we ever do a Zeppelin album?
Oh, what's so funny? My son said that. He's like, have fun doing your episode. What are you guys doing? Led Zeppelin? I'm like, no, but we should. Which Zeppelin album do you do? I know what I would want to do. Brian, oh my God, I'm dying. You're so funny. What did I say? So much crap comes in my mouth hole.
Yeah, right? Like, I love this because it's happening so fast.
I can't keep up.
She typed that. I'm like, what was it? Was it the walk-in? Was it the...
Jesus Christ, an hour ago?
What is that from? That line is from, what is that?
What, Jesus Christ?
No, the response that you gave. That's...
Oh, soldering iron?
No, the Jesus Christ, and then your response to it was often...
I don't know. That was from me, I thought.
That's fucking awesome.
I don't think that's from anywhere but my mouth.
I love your mouth. With that prickly mustache up there.
Yeah, Fretch Jave.
I like it. What is that, about a month or what? What's going on?
Got a week.
Nice.
A full week.
Nice. I shaved this morning. Like, legit.
Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, no. It took a full week. It doesn't even connect, too. The type of person where this doesn't even connect. You said, call me crazy, and then he yells crazy. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
I don't recall it happening.
I do, yeah.
So Led Zeppelin, I think it's good that we've done so many that we're like, did we do that one? Led Zeppelin should happen this month.
This was episode 28, I believe, right?
Wow.
One second.
Yeah, Perfect Circle, that first record. That's the second one, James? What are you talking about?
28, yeah, episode 28.
Murden Noms is the first one or the second one?
Murden Noms is the first.
Yeah, that one's good. We should just talk about Judith for an hour.
Oh, God, Judith. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that should happen next month.
Gun to your head, what Zeppelin album would you pick for next week? 2. Oh.
Physical Graffiti.
Oh, that's a good one, too. That's a big one.
It's too big. I don't want it to be 4, because 4 is too, like...
On the nose?
Yeah.
Well, I chose Physical Graffiti. When we do that, it has to be 2 episodes. Part 1, part 2 for each album. I chose 2 because 2 is how I got introduced to the band. And that changed me Man, that changed me. I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't stop listening to it. Supposed to be doing homework and just be plugged into that. Oh God. So, and then from there, just going all over to find all their stuff.
Yeah, that's hard because I mean, everyone is. I mean, even
I'm not saying it's my favorite. It just holds a special place because that was my intro to Led Zeppelin. I was like, whoa, what is this? What is this?
Do you want to know? For me, like my big introduction to them was.
Don't say it. Are you gonna say Puff Daddy?
No, God, no. Yeah. No, the BBC sessions, that live record they put out.
Oh yeah. Great one.
Just like, ladies and gentlemen, Led Zeppelin. Opens up with the Immigrant Song. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Life changing.
Do you know
Page? We're not going to do Page and Plan because you fucks were there without me. So no, that's off the table.
Good one. I remember. God, that's another thing. Like, you couldn't. It's not like not that we didn't have the internet. You did, but there wasn't as much content. But I remember having to find bootlegs all the time of like old.
He got me up. That was a little Raz. He set me up there. I took the bait. Damn it, you troll! You troll!
Why didn't you come?
I wasn't invited. I legit wasn't invited.
Well, I didn't buy my ticket, so I was invited to the show I went to. So
no, it was James. James didn't invite me.
Oh, okay.
James didn't invite me. James went to Nine Inch Nails for the.
Seats because his mom had a broken leg or someone had a broken something or and went into like the handicap seats. You bastard.
That was Metallica that we all went to.
No, but didn't somebody at Page and Plant? Someone had something going on where he had really good seats, or did you just have really good seats and I'm blending the two things together?
I think you, me, Tim, Kim, all of us. Oh my gosh, remember? And we went to Kinchley's after Metallica, and you had the contact buzz, and you were singing Rod Stewart. Rod, you call it Rod Stewart Pizza forever.
Right, man. Is that place still there?
It is, yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. It's all Laura's fault.
Laura, damn you.
Yeah.
I've been to a show with Laura. We tailgated at a show with her.
Karma is not going to get her. Don't worry. It's fine.
Was it Family Values? No. It's Family Values. It was at the IZOD Center. Now IZOD. It was called something.
Sounds nothing.
No, it's nothing. It's gone.
No. It's there, but they just use it. They used, like, Roger Waters rehearsed for his last tour, and they used it for that, but it's not an active concert venue. Anyway, we're just rambling about things that we don't
ramble on.
So 6 p.m. next Wednesday, it's going to be promoted like crazy. You won't miss it. Something you guys got to check out. A very special super fan roundtable.
Oh, I should make some stuff for that, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll start doing the polls. I like to do polls.
Yeah, we haven't done a poll in a while.
Yeah. James does polls often.
Wait, was that sexual, or did I just take it that way?
Oh no! Come on, obviously. I mean, what else would it be?
Sitting in a barrel of bourbon with polls.
Yeah, he takes like one of there's a small little barrel of bourbon inside the barrel of bourbon, and then he sits on the barrel of bourbon in the barrel of bourbon while drinking bourbon.
Bourbon. Did you say bourbon? Just drinking bourbon?
I said bourbon. Bourbon.
I'll give you a poll.
All right, we're done. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you so much. Really cool things are coming up next month. Thank you so much. Everyone stay safe. Don't be stupid.
Yes, don't be dumb. Don't be dum-dums. You're not anything, right?
No.
Yeah, we're staying home. Just the five of us.
Yep.
Just the five of us.
Look at this candle I got. Today's episode is sponsored by this.
Oh, I love that one.
Right?
Yes. It doesn't smell like tobacco the way I want it to, but it's still got a really good smell.
It's a good smell. It's a unique smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.